Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another live stream Tuesday. I hope you guys have had a fantastic weekend and that the week has started okay as well, with Monday just gone. Thank you to the early birds for joining me tonight as well, early on in that live chat room. But we are live now. Let's get you guys up on screen so we can see who is in there tonight. We've got Mike, who's just going through with a $20 donation. Thank you for that. But I will get to the donations in a second. Thank you, Beverly, as well. Shawnee Key, Terry, Constantia, Susan and Dennis in the house. Deborah, Neil, Jennifer, and Billy, and Deborah again, and Michelle, Corey in there, and Maria as well, and Jennifer. Christina, hello guys. Thank you for joining me tonight. And there have been a lot of birthday wishes that have been sent in Billy's direction as Billy just goes through the live chat room again. So a big happy birthday to Billy. Everybody say a huge happy birthday, Billy, in that live chat room. I am going to be going through some donations that have a message about Billy's birthday today. So I hope you have a fantastic day, and we will reference those donations in a second. Let me get the names up on screen of my patrons who make this all possible in the first place. So thank you guys so much for all of your support. Their names always go across the bottom of the screen during these live streams. You know who they are. You do know who they are because they go across the bottom of the screen, but you know who you are as well, my patrons. Thank you so much for all of your support, making this all possible. The live streams, the videos, not only the normal analysis videos, but the under the spotlight videos as well, of which we've just had one with Taj Farrant on Sunday. And depending on how much time we have in this live stream, we might have a look at his solo. It is something that I have on the software that I can play, so we might be having a little look at that later on. But we might be having a look at a couple of covers as well, just the way that it's worked over on Patreon because of the requests. I know that one of them that was requested is okay from a copyright perspective to play as many times as we want. So we can have a little look, maybe at a couple of covers. But then again, we do have the pig roulette wheel again tonight. So we're going to be having a lucky winner later on. As I said, we'll see how much we can get through on this live stream. We might have to sacrifice one thing for another thing, but the pig roulette is definitely going to be happening tonight. So stay tuned for that one. Let's jump into the super chat donations that came in before we went live, because Orlando donated $5. Thank you for that, Orlando. And the message is, I will be at work, but we'll try to drop in to catch the pig roulette. Rock on and spike the likes with lots of thumbs up. So thank you for that, Orlando, who is going to be dropping in tonight to the live stream as and when possible. But let's have a little plug of the mug, as we always do with Orlando's donation. That's very early on. Spike the likes if you want to get your hands on this mug, any of the merchandise, the clothing, you name it. Then head to the tray underneath this video or click on the link in the description below to go straight to the store over at spring.com. And just while I'm talking about the store, we have potentially another few items that could be in the offing. This is just something that I'm starting to bring to the live streams to let you guys know what is possible. And it's Stephanie over at Teespring, or Spring as they're called now. They used to be Teespring, but they changed their name. So Stephanie over there, who sends me ideas and things through email, and a couple of those have been another mug. Let me actually get this up on screen so you guys can see what I am on about. Now, if I can actually find the mug, this is potentially another mug design. It's just the old logo design on a mug, and I guess there is an opportunity to write something on the back of that, but this is just an idea that Stephanie threw over just in case we wanted another mug with the other logo on it. But there's also the idea of a tumbler, and this is something that I've never used before, but it's to hold a drink. I have been informed, but we've got the tumbler with the wings of Pegasus thing, and I think it's got like this capsule thing on the top that keeps the drink in for transportation. But you've got that design on there, and you've also got the other design on there as well. So these are items that aren't yet in the store, but if you guys would like a tumbler or an extra mug, then let me know in the live chat room, and I'll have a little look in there to see how things go down. Or you guys can also let me know over on Patreon, maybe in the comment section after I upload this video of the live stream later on, so you guys can let me know what you would like to see. I think maybe myself, well, I think I can see myself buying this tumbler with the Wings of Pegasus logo on there, just because if it's got that plastic lid, it's something that I can take around, maybe with some orange squash in there, and it looks like it's going to be quite easy to drink out of, because sometimes when you buy bottles that are really restrictive, you can't really gulp it down, especially if it's a hot day and you just want to get a lot of orange squash into your system. It looks like this could be a good way to do that, so I might be purchasing one of these if they become available. But let me know, guys, in the live chat room, but also over on Patreon, whether you would like this tumbler, the two designs of the tumbler with both of the logos, or just one, and then also the other mug as well, and maybe what we'll write on the other side of the mug. So that's something for Patreon later on, but I thought I'd throw that out there just while I was talking about mugs. And if you want to join in on Patreon yourselves and be part of all these discussions and things that I throw my patrons' way, then head over to patreon.com/Wings of Pegasus, because I post updates there and sometimes just ask questions like I have tonight on the live stream, just to see what you guys would like in the way of merchandise to get your hands on. So let's get into the super chat donations again, because that was Orlando's first donation, which was earlier on, so thank you for that. Also, Lisa has donated $2 and says, happy birthday, Billy Juliana. So I hope everybody has said happy birthday to Billy in that live chat room, but we've got that from Lisa as well. Thank you for that donation, Lisa. Orlando donated again $2 and says, hello everyone, with a wave, I think that is. Thank you again for that. Patrick donated $5, and Patrick says, hola Phil, hope you are well. Say a very happy birthday to the queen of the crop of the pick, your very first signed pick winner, Billy Juliana. So thank you for that, Patrick. And yes indeed, Billy was the first one to ever win a Wings of Pegasus signed pick in the pick roulette, and I do have one in my guitar, as it usually is. And there it is, the Wings of Pegasus signed pick. And another one of these will be coming your way if you are very lucky later on with the pick roulette. So if your name is on that wheel, you have a chance of winning. And Billy was our first ever winner. So happy birthday again to Billy. I think it's something that we're going to be repeating throughout the live stream, but I hope you have a fantastic day. And I think that brings us up to date now with the things that we can see on screen. And let me just get the live likes up on screen. I haven't even mentioned that yet, because we are at 131 already. If you can hit that thumbs up as you come through the door, that would be much appreciated, because tonight we are aiming for 260 likes in order to have a pick roulette spin next week as well, next Tuesday. So that like target is creeping up again, but we'll see if we can make it tonight. Hitting that thumbs up as you come through the door would be much appreciated. It really does help to get towards that target, but also for the live streams to get out there and for this channel to grow as a whole. And when I say the channel growing, we're now at 175,000 subscribers, which is another crazy number. So we are going in the right direction. Thank you everyone who has clicked on that like button, but also has subscribed, and click on that notification bell as well if you are subscribing to the channel, so that you never miss a video, either an analysis video or an under the spotlight video that we had on Sunday. That's going to be coming out the first Sunday of every month. That's when the under the spotlight videos come out, and they're a little bit different to the analysis video, because with the under the spotlight series, the featured guitarists are playing just for us. They are only on the channel to be analysed with that one performance. It's a unique performance over the Under the Spotlight backing track made in this very room. So it is unique in that sense, that it's never going to be restricted by copyright, because everything there I have made, all of the audio I have made, and then all of the lead guitar is made obviously by the guest on the show. So it's totally unique and not something that's ever going to get blocked on copyrights, which is great. But also we get to look at each player's technique in a lot more detail than if you were just looking at another video that could actually get copyright blocked anyway if it's another performance of theirs when they're playing with their band and the record label own that copyright, so it might get blocked. So it's great to have the actual artists featured on the channel playing for us. And that was Taj Farrant that was on Sunday, but we might have a little look again at that later. So looking back into the donation window there, the super chat donations, we've had another one that's coming from Mike, so thank you for that, Mike, for $20. And the message is, suppose somebody did your song at the demonstration and it was filmed and went viral, what would you personally do about copyrights? So thank you for that, Mike. And not sure, suppose somebody did your song at the demonstration and it was filmed and went viral. I'm not sure which song you're talking about there, but if it was one of my own songs that I've written, I own the publishing to that, and I have a third-party company that are TuneCore that take care of all the publishing. So it means that if somebody uploaded a video that had my song on, that would get claimed as copyright, and whoever uploaded the video on, if it was uploaded to YouTube, they'd get a message saying that copyright content ID found in your video, Wings of Pegasus, and then whichever song it happened to be. So I'm covered from that side of things. In terms of the Under the Spotlight stuff, that's all stuff that I could copyright if I wanted to. It's not something that I've done yet, but if it so happens that the series gets out there and people are making multiple copies of it, and the artist who's only performing for the Wings of Pegasus channel, if people start taking their solos and spreading them around on other channels, then it's something that I can copyright and make sure that the publishing company that I go through then copyright that particular performance with my backing track, and therefore it's something that with ad revenue, maybe I could split that with the featured artist, whoever it is. So yeah, that's something that I can do in the future, but hopefully, fingers crossed, it won't come to having to do that. I am one of these people that I feel like, especially with music, you should just allow it as much as possible, especially if it's educational and you're not just playing something on your channel to rip somebody off to pretend it's your own. I think that music should be used and free to use for educational purposes, and that's certainly my angle and what I aim to do on the Under the Spotlight videos. But we will see what happens with that. But yeah, in terms of all my songs, they are covered by copyright, so I won't have to worry about something going viral. And if it did go viral, then that would be great, because it means that I would then make the ad revenue that all the record labels make when I do a video on their particular artist. And more often than not, the artists all are part of the big labels, so there's only 3 labels, maybe 4, that are always taking the revenue for the videos that I do on this channel, whereas if I had a song that went viral on the internet, then I would make the money that the record labels are making from all of that ad revenue, which would be very nice, but it's not essential. I'm not one of these people that are chasing the Yankee dollar, as they would say on The Office here. David Brent would say that, chasing the Yankee dollar. I'm just making videos, and if people like watching them, then great. And if people like listening to my music, great as well. And people hopefully do enjoy it. I am selling CDs on my website, and they seem to be selling quite well. So it's going well. I'm not one of these people that want to be really, really famous or have millions of dollars or millions of pounds. I think as long as I'm just okay, I've got reasonable living space, and I've got food and water, and I've got an internet connection and a guitar and an amp, then I think that's pretty much all I need. But anyway, you guys as well, of course, because without you guys, I'd be live streaming to nobody, I'd be making videos for nobody, and as long as you guys are still there, then I'll continue to make videos and continue to follow all of your requests and cover all of your requests as well. So A big thank you to you guys for being out there. And to the moderators, I just saw Carla go through there, but we'll have Neil and Laurie in there as well. Big shout out to those guys for making the live chat room such a great place to be. And let me get back into that super chat window because Tortoro Porco has donated $5 as well. Thank you for that. And the message is, please say happy birthday to Billy Juliana. So we have already been there and got the t-shirt if it existed, but thank you for that, Richard. And again, happy birthday to Billy. And Randy's donated $5 as well. Thank you for that, Randy. The message is, great tribute to BJ Thomas Phil. Raindrops is one of my all-time favourite tunes. So thank you for that, Randy. And I think it's probably well up there on most people's list. The movie that I always think of when I hear that song is Spider-Man, believe it or not. The Tobey Maguire version, or I say version of Spider-Man, when he was acting that part. He was, I think it was in that movie, and I can't remember which part of the movie it is, but it's definitely in there somewhere. But it's one of those songs that has been used on multiple soundtracks and used in multiple adverts, TV shows, you name it. It's just a classic song. Like I said in that video, if you don't know BJ Thomas, you definitely know his voice from the multiple songs that he's been on that you just hear and you know them. They would have been on the radio. Even if you don't know who was singing it, you will know BJ Thomas's voice. But thank you, Randy, for that donation, and Orlando as well, who has donated $2. And the message is, do not forget a home gym for workouts with a bicep. It's not really a bicep curl. It's probably... it would be called in bodybuilding a front double bicep, so we'll just call it a front bicep, because a front double bicep is when you face forwards to the judges and you hit that bicep pose. But anyway, thank you for that, Orlando. And there's a guy, it looks like maybe a guy, I think probably lifting weights, or it could be a star jump, but I think Orlando's probably put a weightlifter in there. So thank you for that. And yeah, that's probably something else that I'd need. I'm 2 weeks into the workout schedule of getting back into things, and I'm hoping that I can just keep that going for maybe 8 weeks. I usually do 8 to 10 weeks and then have a week off and then get into another cycle of 8 to 10 weeks. But more often than not, my week off turns into about 5 months off, because once I get out to a particular point of being quite happy with my physique, it probably takes a few months for that to go back down to the start, and then I just start all over again. So yeah, I should just maintain it, but I'm a little bit too lazy for that sometimes, and more often than not too busy to keep it all going. But we will try and keep the fitness regime going. But thank you for that, Orlando. And there have been donations going on in the PayPal donations window as well. So thank you guys for those. And let me get that donations tab up on screen so you guys know the percentage cuts of what you're donating and what gets taken out of your donations, just so there's a nice level playing field. And let me get the PayPal donations window up on screen, because we had a donation that came in from Steve, and this was at 6 o'clock earlier today. So thank you for this, Steve. A very early donation, and it was for £5. And the message is, today is Billy Juliana's birthday. Let the festivities begin. So thank you for that, Steve. And because this was a lot earlier on, let me get through all of the other emails I've received since then and just get back to the relevant ones of the donations, which we have now got to. And let me bring this up on screen again, because this is a donation from Joan, and this was for £100. So thank you so much for that, Joan. A very kind donation. And the message is, for the hard drive fund, or just to celebrate 175,000 subscribers. So thank you for that, Joan. And just a big thank you to everyone for subscribing. And yeah, the hard drive fund, that's one of those that I do go through a lot of hard drives, and I think I need to get another hard drive, especially when I'm doing things like Under the Spotlight. There's a lot of footage that goes into that, and I do film for quite a long time, and then it's a case of editing it all together to try and get it down to about 20 minutes or half an hour. I think it was just under half an hour for Taj's video that we did on Sunday. But yeah, I just fill up hard drives like you wouldn't believe. But thank you for that, Joan. And there has been another one that's come in from Orlando for £21. Thank you for that, Orlando. And the message is, I am still at work, so forgive me for not giving individual hellos. Thank you for playing Running Blind. It is one of my favourites. You even include video highlights of gangster Al Capone. Great stuff with a thumbs up. So thank you for that, Orlando. And let me just scroll up because Paul has donated £5 as well. Thank you for this, Paul. And let me scroll down. And Paul says, hi Phil. Do you have names for any special guitars in your collection? E.g. Big Bertha, Wings Special, or Telly Fantastic? So thank you for that, Paul. And this might have been something I've answered before, asking about whether I call my guitars anything, like Lucille. But no, I don't. I don't name my guitars, I just play them. I just call them what they are. Like whenever I've got my Fender Strat and my Performer Series Strat, I just tend to refer to them as what they are, like my Ibanez Geo as well, the Ibanez Gem that's in the background. So that was Mario's guitar, and is Mario's guitar that he sent me with the Maton as well. So as you can gather from the way that I'm describing these guitars, like the Gem, Maton, Ibanez, Fender, I tend to just describe them as what they are. I haven't given them names. But thank you for that, Paul. And let me just scroll up because Lisa has donated £5 as well. Thank you for that, Lisa. And the message is, with your ability to run fast, did you ever do track and field sports? So thank you for that, Lisa. And I did it once. I'm not sure whether I've told this story before or not, but because I was fast at running, and this is something I mentioned in that last live stream, that my fastest time for 100 meters that they do in the Olympics was 11 seconds, dead on. And I did that when I was at secondary school. So I was, I wouldn't say I was made to do it, but because I was fast, the school put me in for a competition. I also did long jump and triple jump because I could run very fast. It meant that if I could just get airborne, I could cover a lot of distance. So as long as I just jumped up in the air, then I was winning the sports day long jump and triple jump, which is good, and the 100 meters. I also did hurdles because as long as I was fast, I didn't have a very good hurdling technique, but I was very fast between the hurdles, so I just had to make sure I could get over them. So those were my events, and I was put in for long jump, triple jump, 100 meters in a track and field meeting, but I didn't enjoy it at all because most of the day is just sitting around doing nothing. And I didn't really enjoy the competition either of just running against people. I was more into football, soccer, as you call it over in the USA. That was my main sport. And I didn't want to miss a football match for a track and field meeting. Because the meeting, even though your 100 meters race might be at 1 or 2 in the afternoon, you had to get there for 9 or 10 when the event started. And it might be the case that my triple jump, the first jump of 3 is what we did on the day, the meeting that I had. I think you do 3 and then you qualify for another round. But anyway, you have to be there at like 10 in the morning. And it means the whole day is taken. So if there was a football match in the afternoon, I missed out on that. And I just loved playing football. So I did one track and field meeting and I didn't like it. So I just gave up. And I just did the normal sports day, the school, where you compete against other people at the same age as you. And I just used to win at that and got a medal. And I was happy with that because that didn't take up the football match. That was always just one designated day for the year. It wasn't like multiple meetings, which you would have if you then got into athletics. So I think they probably wanted me to go into athletics because I was fast, but I just didn't like it, so I didn't want to do it. I just told the school I don't want to do it. I want to play football instead. But anyway, and I did get quite good at football and got to a decent level playing that, so I'm quite happy with that decision because I just enjoyed it a lot more. And then I realised when I was in my late teens that I just enjoyed music more than everything put together. So that's what I did. So thank you for that, Lisa. And Beth has donated £23.69. Thank you for that, Beth. And the message is, hello Phil, Wingers, and welcome new members. Applause to Under the Spotlight and your opening tune. Thank you to all the wonderful moderators for keeping the chat flowing and fun. Gratitude goes a long way, Phil. Bravo, love this channel with a heart. So thanks for the kind words, Beth. And also the kind words about Under the Spotlight. I hope you guys enjoyed that one on Sunday. We might have a little look at that. It's midnight already, so we're going to have to move things along. We do have a pick roulette coming along later as well, so stay tuned for that. And I know that there have been some other super chat donations, so I will get into that in a second. What we might do is get into the cover videos and then we'll jump into those super chat donations. Lucy has donated £5.50 as well in the PayPal donations window, so thank you for that. And the message is, howdy y'all, Phil, fellow wingers and new wingers, spike the likes, yahoo. Live music coming back. My first concert will be King Crimson in July. Can't wait. Phil, getting yourself ready to tour the States, please, question mark, add to Cross the Pond Fund with some rock horns at Heart and Peace. So thank you for that, Lucy. And it's great that some of the gig venues are opening up again. I think festivals here might be starting up. You have to have your COVID vaccination, I think. Maybe something on your passport if you want to travel, but you've got to have the vaccine. So it looks like things are starting to open up here with a music sense as well. That's great that live performances are happening. And in terms of planning a trip over to the USA, it's not something that I've looked into yet, purely because I know for a fact the earliest it will probably happen, I mean, this year, I don't think it's going to be possible at all, just because of COVID. And I know that people that were on holiday left, and now they can't get back into the UK because the COVID countries or the safe list has changed. And people went to Portugal for a holiday, and then it changed to being red listed, and now they can't get back to the UK. So it would be an absolute nightmare if I went somewhere and then I physically couldn't get back to the UK, I couldn't get back to my channel, I couldn't get back to doing the CD orders if people are ordering CDs and I need to send them out, and I'm stuck in another country for maybe 2 or 3 weeks. It means that nothing would happen for 2 or 3 weeks, and that would be an absolute nightmare. So I want to make sure that everything is safe from that point of view, that countries are available to travel to in the first place. But yes, so something for the future, but not the immediate future, unfortunately. But I think that's the case all over the world with COVID at the moment. But thank you for that. And let me just see. King Crimson, yes, that's one of the bands that I have analysed on the channel. I think it probably was one of those cases that it got blocked because of Robert Fripp, and I think a lot of stuff that he does gets copyright claimed, copyright blocked, and King Crimson as well just used to be an outright block. I know that with a couple of other channels like Rick Beato, he got his unblocked, and Michael Palmisano as well. I think he got his unblocked because Michael, I was talking with Michael and he had spoken with Rick about his channel, and maybe they're one of those bands that are starting to allow use on YouTube and kind of looking at their songs, breaking down, analysing their songs. But that is one of those that I have analysed in the past, but it might have got blocked. But anyway, I probably did an edit of the video and re-uploaded it. But anyway, it's great that Lucy is getting out there, watching some live music, and great news on the whole for music in general. But thank you, Sue, as well, who has donated £20, and that is a straight up donation. Thank you for that, Sue. And Karen has donated £3.38. Thank you for that, Karen. And the message is, hi Phil, I've sketched drawings of a Wings of Pegasus mascot, that is, a stuffed Pegasus, wearing a Wings of Pegasus hoodie and possibly holding a stuffed electric guitar. Because I'm addressing new health issues, my drawing this idea is on hold for now. I'd like to know what you think of a Wings of Pegasus mascot. Take care and be well, Karen. So thank you for that, Karen. And I think the Wings of Pegasus mascot has to be a Pegasus, of course. So yeah, I don't think I can make a mascot myself. In terms of, when I say mascot, generally what we have here in the UK is mascots for soccer teams. So before the teams come out, you have the mascot in a suit. So it'll be like a big Pegasus head, maybe with some wings on the back of the suit. I don't know, but it's not something that I can make. But it would be funny to have a Wings of Pegasus mascot, maybe at a show at some point in the future. But anyway, thank you for that, Karen. And Richard Tortoro Porco has donated £3. Thank you for that again, Richard. The message is: when you play football, are you a back, a midfielder, or are you a winger? So thank you for that question. And I've played everywhere in football or soccer. I played in goal to begin with, but then I wasn't very tall for my age, so then I then went to play out on pitch. And then I started as, I think, a midfielder, and then I moved to striker, and playing up front, scoring goals, and that's the position that I pretty much played until I was maybe 18, 19. So at university level football, I then started to play in defence, and I was right back. So not really a winger. I mean, you could call it maybe right back, kind of, but I have played on the wing. I played midfield, like right midfield, so I was a winger at some point. I've played everywhere, centre midfield as well. I don't think I have played in central defence. I've always been on the wing, unsurprisingly, when I've been playing in defence, and more of a wing back, I'd say, because I used to run up and down the line quite a lot, because I'm quite good at running, or I was quite good at running, and I could run for quite a long time without getting particularly tired. So I just run up and down the line and occasionally cross the ball into the box. But this was at university, and that was very much just before I then quit football to then focus on music. So yeah, that's something that if I was to play football again, I would probably play at the back in defence, just because I feel very comfortable there, because I know that I'm fast. So it means that when somebody tries to go around me with the ball, if they hit it past me, I pretty much know I can get to the ball before they can. So it's very good for defending. So that's where I would play. But if they needed a striker or a midfielder, then I'd play there. Goalkeeper, I'd probably not go in goal just because of my hands. If somebody hit a shot and it hit my fingers and bent them back and strained a ligament or something, I wouldn't be able to play guitar. And I always play sport with a mind to not injure myself for guitar. It's always very much playing within my means and not really getting overly competitive to the point where I might injure myself. But anyway, thank you for that, Tortoro Porco, for that donation. And we are going to be jumping into the first cover. I did say there might be two tonight. It's almost 20 to 1 here, but there might be a couple of covers tonight. The other one isn't too long, but let me have a little jump over to Patreon, because we had this cover requested by Orlando, and let me just scroll down to see who else requested this one. Karen as well, Deborah, Bev, and Mary requested this, and they all requested my cover of Free Fallin', the Tom Petty classic. So I hope you guys enjoy this one, and I'll see you after. If you do enjoy this video, give it a thumbs up, give this live stream a thumbs up, because we've just passed 200 likes. We're aiming for 260 before the end of the live stream. We'll see where we end up, but I'll see you guys after this. Rock!
She's a good girl, loves her mama, loves Jesus and America too. She's a good girl, she's crazy about Elvis, loves horses and a boyfriend too. And it's a long day living in Reseda, and there's a freeway running through the yard. I'm a bad boy, 'cause I don't even miss her. I'm a bad boy for breaking her heart. And I'm free, free falling. Yeah, I'm free, free falling. All the vampires walking through the valley move west and down Ventura Boulevard. And all the bad boys standing in the shadows, and the good girls are home with broken hearts. And I'm free, free falling. Yeah, I'm free, free falling. Free falling now, free falling now. I wanna glide down over Mulholland. I wanna write her name in the sky. I'm gonna free fall out into nothing. I'm gonna leave this world for a while. And I'm free, free falling. Yeah, I'm free, free falling. Free falling now, free falling. And I'm free, free falling. Yeah, I'm free, free
And there we have it. That was my version of Free Falling, the Tom Petty classic. I hope you guys enjoyed that one, and thank you for requesting that over on Patreon. We might jump straight into another cover which was requested over on Patreon, and I think that this one is okay to jump straight into because it's from a computer game, from a very old computer game now, which is called Elder Scrolls Oblivion, a game that I spent a lot of time playing, but this was requested by Lisa over on Patreon, so thank you for that. And I just saw it, and Deborah requested it as well. So as it had a couple of requests, I thought I'd quickly load it up so that we can have a listen to this one as well. A little bit of guitar lead. This is just lead guitar now, so there's going to be no vocals in this one, but I hope you guys enjoy this one. We are going to be jumping then into the Super Chat donations window, because I know that there have been some donations in there, and another one in the PayPal window, and then we will get into the pick roulette for tonight as well. It is 1:45 here in the morning already, but I hope you guys enjoy this, and I'll see you after. Rock! There we have it. That was my cover of Oblivion, and I just cut off when I came up on screen there because we don't have to get through all of that stuff because it's already almost 10 to 1. The time really disappears, so I'm going to have to cut that video a little bit short, but it's just me talking at the end. It doesn't really matter too much. So thank you guys for requesting that cover as well. Like I said before, I think it's one of those that is fine from copyright, so we can just play that one as many times as we want. But there have been some super chat donations as well, so thank you guys for these. And Ginny donated $5. Thank you for that. And the message is, hi Phil, an idea, a mug with the Toons characters on it. Also, someone wants to know, does the big mug keep things warm as well as cold? So thank you for that, Ginny. And as for the mug with the cartoons characters, that's something that I'd have to work on independently at some point in the future in order to try and get a high-res file of the cartoon. Because the cartoon is only HD, it means that it's not a very high-quality picture. So whenever they're printing something onto a mug or a t-shirt or anything, you've always got to have a really big version of the file that's high-res, so then when they shrink it down, the quality isn't all pixely and a little bit dodgy. So yeah, I'd have to try and work out a way to do that. Maybe what I'd have to do is make an image of the cartoon, but this is all stuff that I can think about when I have less time. But it's I know that there is stuff that can be done, and I can't remember what the name of the file is. It's evading my brain at the moment, but it's converting an image file into, I don't know why I can't think of what it's called, a vector image. That's what you need to convert it into. So a vector image is something that no matter how much you zoom in on it, it never pixelates. So that's what I need to convert. I would need to convert the HD image into a vector image, and then I can then blow that up as big as I want it to, in terms of then saving it as then a PNG or JPEG, whatever, at a lot bigger size, and then get that sent off to spring.com to put on a mug or any merchandise. But anyway, I'm just talking you through the process of trying to come up with merchandise and what's required. But these are all the steps that I'm sure all you guys, if you've done any merchandise, will know about: vector images and JPEGs and pixelations and all of that ratio stuff, pixel ratios. But anyway, thank you for that, Ginny. And as for the mug, keeping things warm or cold, I'm not sure, because I've never used whatever it is. It's something that a tumbler was. I don't know exactly what it is. I'd have to I know that people said that it's, I think, maybe just something to hold drinks. I'm not sure whether it keeps things warm or cold, but I'll look into it. Maybe I can ask Stephanie over at Teespring if it's got any heat or cold keeping qualities. We might have to find out and ask her. But thank you for that, Ginny. And Andy has donated $10 as well. Thank you for that, Andy. And the message is: hey Phil, ever considered doing a James Honeyman Scott analysis? So thank you for that, Andy. And I think there is a video on the Pretenders here somewhere, but I'm not sure that I got the guitar out, or if I did, it wasn't a real deep dive into James's technique or style. So it's maybe something that I can do in the future. I can add that to the list. But thank you, Andy, for that. And Dan has donated $5. Thank you for that, Dan. And it's a straight up donation. And Jeannie has donated $5 as well. Thank you for that, Jeannie. The message is: howdy, Phil. And all wingers, old and new, spike the likes. Happy birthday, Billy, with a smiley face. And congrats, Phil, on 175,000 subs. P.S. getting a tumbler. So thank you for that, Jeannie. And I think I'm not sure if they're even on the site yet. It's just an idea out there. But if you would like to get a tumbler, then that'd be great. I can then tell Stephanie to then get that on spring.com, and then we can all start buying our beverage holders of different styles. But thank you for that, Jeannie. And Orlando, who has donated again $5. Thank you for that. The message is: do you train with a partner, alone, or with a personal trainer? So I train alone, and I've just got the weights at home and a bench, and I pretty much know what I'm doing because I used to be a personal trainer. So I just try to motivate myself. I guess that's the only thing that is more difficult when you train by yourself, is when you're training with a partner, they can kind of spur you on. Also, just meeting up with them, if you're going to the gym, it's like an event. So if you don't turn up, you're letting somebody down. So it's probably easier to do it that way because you're now motivated. Certainly when I was at university, I had a housemate and we would go to the gym, and that was just something that we would do, 3 times a week. So it meant that we never really missed a session. And when I was at university, I was playing soccer, but I was working out quite a lot as well. And I was probably at that point my most muscular and my most lean when we did the body fat percentage with calipers. If you guys have ever done kind of serious body fat percentage testing, they take calipers and sights from all around your body to then calculate your fat percentage depending on how much fat can be pinched at different sites on your body. So nowadays a lot of people just stand on scales, and the scales give you a rough approximation of your fat percentage, how much of your body is made up by fat. But when you get the calipers out, that's really now testing exactly how much fat you can grip above your muscle. So it is an exact science. It's pretty close, unless you're going to start doing scans on your body. And doing that is obviously something that's not available for everybody. That is super serious, and even I think athletes don't go through that. They just do calipers. Anyway, I was at 5% to 6% at university, and I was working out quite a lot, so I had quite a lot of muscle mass. And my diet was pretty strict, apart from an occasional pizza, of course, because I was at university. But that's probably my lowest fat percentage that I've ever been at. and I don't think I'd go that low again. The only reason that I was that low is because of the amount of cardio I was doing playing soccer and training for soccer as well, and playing multiple matches. So it meant that I was just burning off everything that I was eating and then some. There wasn't, as you can tell, there wasn't much fat on my body at all. So I think now I'm probably at about, say for example in the That's Metal video that I did when I walk around and don't have a shirt on, I think in that video I was maybe 10% body fat, and now I'm probably at 10 to 12%, something like that. So I don't tend to put on fat. It's just, I guess because I'm not eating a lot of fat, it's not something that I have great deals of or a great amount of saturated fat in my diet. Most of my diet is unsaturated fat, and I don't eat a hell of a lot of that, just maybe some peanuts for a snack in the evening. And yeah, so anyway, the answer to that question is I do exercise alone, and sometimes that's why it's difficult to get motivated for it, especially when you haven't got a lot of time and there's so many other jobs that you need to do. But I have managed to just do 2 weeks so far, and I'm hoping that I can keep that up. But thank you for that, Orlando. And Motown Girl 22 has donated $5 as well. Thank you for that. The message is, appreciate the email answers to our questions. So thank you for that. It does take me a little while to get through the emails. As you guys know, over on Patreon, I use Mondays and Thursdays to catch up with all of the emails. And yeah, I get all kinds of questions and approaches as well about being an ambassador for different products and all that kind of stuff. But as you guys know, I'm not really into doing that on the channel, like introducing an analysis video and going off into talking about something that's totally unrelated to the analysis video. I tend to just say to the ambassador emails that, you know, thank you for the consideration, but it's not something that I do on the channel. So that is, I do get those kind of emails, but also emails about guitar, chords, playing lead guitar, guitars in general, in terms of makes and models and amps and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I do get a lot of emails, but I do work my way through those on a Monday and a Thursday. But thank you for that donation. And Andy, thank you for the $5 donation again. And the message is, would you consider mystery achievement James Honeyman Scott? So thank you for that. And yes, I mean, if you send me a video, I tend to just look at live performance videos. So if you can find a live performance video of it and just put it in the comment section of any of my videos on YouTube, then I can check it out there. I can click on the link and I can go to it and add that to my list of requests in order to get through. But thank you, Andy, for that donation and the request. And I am going to jump over to the PayPal donations window as well. We are going to be getting into the pick roulette in just a second, but I do want to make sure that I just reference these donations because Campfire Studios Incorporated has donated £6.77. So thank you so much for that, with a message of keep up the great work. Thank you for the kind words, and I will do indeed. As long as you guys enjoy the videos, I will keep on making them. And Lauren has donated £10 as well. Thank you for that, Lauren. And the message is, hey Phil, for whatever you need, silly question. Do you have a favourite memory from all your years playing professional guitar? Maybe someone you got to gig with? Thanks! Exclamation mark. So thank you for that, Lauren. And I'm not really sure. I'm thinking back. I suppose when I think probably the best thing for me as an independent artist with Wings of Pegasus as a band was finishing third in the Unsigned Festival, which was the biggest and most entered competition in the UK. So there, I think there's like 10,000 bands, something like that, and there were it ran for about a year, I think, something like that. So there were multiple gigs, multiple venues, and we were in the London section of it. So they had gigs that were going on in Manchester, Liverpool, Birmingham, like Wales as well, because it was the whole of the UK. And I was in the London section, so it meant that you'd play in London and you'd then be either voted through to the next round or not. So I think we had like 4 4 or 5 rounds in London, and then if you got through all of those, then you had the final, and the final was held in London at the O2. So yeah, we got to play there, and then we got voted. I think there were 12 bands that made it into the final from the UK, and we finished 3rd in that whole competition. So it wasn't really playing with other known artists, because it was an independent thing, and that's all I've really ever done, is be independent. I've never been signed to a big label or even an independent label, because I've just basically done everything myself, and as a band, myself and the other members, especially the second guitarist at the time, we just went round hanging up posters, trying to get on local radio, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, we just did everything ourselves, and that was pretty good, finishing 3rd. And then we went on a UK tour after that as well. So yeah, that was good, especially considering the type of music, kind of hard rock. I don't think it's necessarily the coolest, or seen to be the coolest kind of music, but yeah, we seemed to do quite well in that competition, which was great and was just a good boost. But then yeah, I think it's all about staying independent. What you'll find is that with other named bands who are signed to record labels, the record labels, it obviously makes sense for them to book support artists from the same record label. So that's the thing, that bands will often buddy up with other record label bands, so they share, the whole record label's making more money from ticket sales. So for an independent band to get on a bill with a named artist on a major label is pretty much unheard of, unless you've got someone like Bon Jovi, who makes an effort to try and get independent bands onto his tours and help support him. So this is it, that yeah, getting a slot with a named band is unheard of for independent bands who aren't signed in some way, shape or form, because that would mean that they then have to organise with the independent band, and for example me, the cut of the sales for each ticket. And record labels don't want to go down that route. They want to make sure they're taking their normal percentage, which is pretty much everything, for each gig. So yeah, getting involved with independent artists for major labels is pretty much a bit of a risky deal, because they're having to give away money they don't want to give away. It just makes more sense for them to book on 2 bands or 3 bands from their label, so they're not giving away percentages. But anyway, that was just a nice memory of mine. But yeah, it certainly was a long process going through it, but it's worth it in the end to finish 3rd. So thank you for that, Lauren. And Karen has donated £1.35 again. Thank you for that. And the message is: if mea culpa, if I wasn't clear in my last message, I thought mayhaps a WAP mascot as part of the merch. Of course, you wouldn't have to stitch an inch, laugh out loud. Cheers, Karen. So thank you for that, Karen. And I don't think that it's available on spring.com. I'll have to have a little look through their merchandise options, but it has to be listed because they make everything up, spring.com. So we will see in the future if special teddy bears come along or something, then maybe it'll be possible. But thank you, Deborah, as well, who has donated £5 and says, spike the likes. So great idea there. Where are we with the likes? 250 is where we are, and we're aiming for 260, so it means we are looking for 10, maybe 9 more people, because we've just gone up 1. So thank you for that, Deborah. 9 more people, and it's gone 1 a.m. here already. So let's skip into the next donation here. Gerald has donated £13.54. Thank you for that, Gerald. And the message is: thanks for helping me understand why I like the bands I like. God bless. So no problem, Gerald. Thank you for tuning into the channel, and I'm glad that you are getting something out of the videos. Thank you for that donation as well. And Patricia has donated £2 as well. Thank you for that. And the message is: hey Phil, have you seen the Fender YouTube video of Game of Thrones, I think that stands for, creator Dan Weiss, Tom Morello of Audio Slave / Rage Against the Machine, Scott Ian of Anthrax, Nuno Betancourt of Extreme, Brad Paisley, and Game of Thrones composer Ramin Drawaji playing the Game of Thrones theme. Please analyze it. Amazing. So thank you for that. And as you can probably tell from my pronunciations there, I don't watch Game of Thrones, so I don't really know too much what it's about. I have seen that video, but I didn't know what they were supposed to be playing or what they were playing. I mean, it sounded great, but without knowing the original piece or what they were playing, I don't know. Game of Thrones isn't something that I've looked into or had time to look into, unfortunately, but I think I have seen that video. But it was, I think, if you watch Game of Thrones, it's like if you watch any, like, say for example, I'm not going to compare this at all, but Thundercats is something that I used to watch as a kid, so I knew the theme tune. So when I watch other people doing the cover of the theme tune, I think, oh, that's really cool, and I did a cover of that myself on the guitar, but you think, oh, that's really cool, because you know the theme. If you don't know the theme, it's like just hearing a piece of music that you don't have that, oh, that is so cool, reference point, because you don't know the theme in the first place. So unfortunately, it's not something that I've ever got into, the Game of Thrones thing, and from what I understand, there's quite a lot of series of it, so it might take me a very long time to get up to date with it. I don't know, and at the moment I just haven't got time to watch series or do any binge watching of anything. I'm just keeping up to date with everything going on with YouTube and my website, sending off CDs, and yeah, the Under the Spotlight, doing that over the weekend as well. So thank you, Patricia, for that donation and that question as well. And Michelle has donated £3.38. And thank you for that. The message is, hi Phil, please react to Mick Taylor, Rolling Stones years. Also, would you ever consider doing an acoustic CD, rock, with some rock horns and a smiley face? So, Mick Taylor, I'm pretty sure that Mick Taylor's here on the channel here somewhere. And if he isn't, I would be surprised. Maybe it's been blocked and I haven't realised. So I'll have to have a little check on that. But doing an acoustic CD, I don't know. I mean, this whole cover CD thing is taking absolutely years to sort out because of the copyrights, and unfortunately it's not something that I can chase up because I'm so busy doing everything else. But an acoustic CD, I don't really see myself as an acoustic artist. I'm very much a full band kind of player, and I like to have a full band when I play live. As you can see from that, the videos that I do play on the live stream, sometimes when I did the live stream gig, I got other people involved, and that is how I used to play as well. I think people would probably refer to them as session musicians, but they were members of the band before we then decided that we couldn't keep going, and then I took everything online and just put my songs on the internet and started doing covers as well. So yeah, I don't know about an acoustic CD. I never say never to anything in the future, but I don't really class myself as an acoustic kind of player, even though I do play the acoustic guitar for teaching and fingerstyle and have those kind of techniques. It's not something that I've done a lot of on my own music. Maybe the ballads I've done a few versions of, but I think acoustic only really works for the ballads, and I'd have to arrange the other songs as well. So it's not something that I'm planning at the moment. But thank you, Michelle, for that donation. And that is, well, I was going to say that is it, but I can see that in the super chat window we have some more donations. But we are going to be jumping into the pick roulette for tonight because it's 7 minutes past 1. And where are we at? 262 likes. So thank you guys for hitting that thumbs up. We've now passed that threshold of the pick roulette lights goal for next week. So start typing I agree in that live chat room and tag Carla Murray in there as well so that she can see your I agree and add you to that wheel for next week. And let's get the whole pick roulette going for tonight's live stream, and then I will address the super chat donations before the end, and it will hopefully give you guys a little bit of time to post I agree on the screen. I'm going to try and work out how to keep the live chat room on screen, but then we might not be able to see the pick roulette. So everybody stop typing and putting, or not, don't stop typing, you keep typing, but stop typing I agree and tagging Carla from this point onwards. There you go, because we're now going to go into the pick roulette and we have to see the whole screen for the pick roulette to see all the names, to see who it lands on. So make sure that you don't type I agree, and then right at the end, I will get everything back on screen, and then you can type I agree at that point. So let's jump into it, and I'll see you guys again in a second. Rock. So hopefully this all appears on screen, and it does. And we'll make this one a bit of a quick one because we're almost at the end of the live stream and we want to get all of your names on the roulette wheel. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we're going to give it a spin and see who's going to win. And I didn't pick my tip for tonight, but I haven't got it right yet because there's a very slim chance of me getting it right. By the way, you can see the hearts going round. If you haven't seen this before, that is the t-shirt roulette. If it lands on that, it means that we have another roulette wheel where we then spin for a t-shirt, and it is a custom Wings of Pegasus t-shirt that is sent to you by Carla. But we are slowing down. Here we go. So Kenneth, Jeff, or is it going to go to Grey Cat 309? Is that it? Or maybe to Michelle. It's slowing down, and it is Grey Cat 309. That is the winner for tonight. So congratulations to you. And if you can let yourself be known in the live chat room, that would be great. Let me just move this over so we can see the full username. GreyCat309, you have won the Wings of Pegasus signed pick. So congratulations to you. And let yourself be known in that live chat room to Carla so that you can organise everything that needs to be organised over there and with Carla so that she can send everything off. But let me try and get everything back on screen. So now you can see the live chat room, and let me give you guys a quick example of what we need to do. You tag, or you type the @ which is the symbol that you use in emails. Hopefully you know what I mean. @ and then Carla, her name pops up. You click on it and then type I agree in capital letters if you want. But then, let me make sure that this is actually selected. There we go, that's a bit better. Lots of exclamation marks. And I'm going to press enter there. So if you type that now, you'll be able to get your name on that pick roulette wheel for next week, because we are going to be having a pick roulette next week. And you can still keep hitting that thumbs up for this live stream. If you want to spike the likes, that'd be great. It helps this live stream to get out there and for the whole channel to grow. There we go. That was my message there. I agree. That's what you want to do. And as you can see, I've tagged Carla's name in there as well. So keep typing, because I'm going to be getting through the super chat donations just before the end of this video. And I know that there was another donation from Mike for $5. Thank you for that, Mike. And the message is, who won? Who was runner-up? Question mark. So if this is relating to the pick roulette, then it was GreyCat309 who has won the pick roulette for tonight. So thank you for that question, Mike, and the donation. And Carl has donated $5 as well. Again, thank you for that, Carl. And the message is cross the pond fund, or pizza, or Chinese takeout. So thank you for that, Carl, and for the donations, everybody, tonight, and the PayPal donations as well. So everybody, make sure that you type I agree, then you can get your name on the pick roulette for next week. I am trying to just elongate the live stream a little bit, just to give you guys a little bit more of a chance to type I agree. And I'm wondering actually if we can take a look at Taj Farrant's solo that he played on Sunday for us in the Under the Spotlight video to see. I'm just going to try and work out whether, if we do look at that video, whether it's going to be on top of this live chat room so that we can't see anything, that live chat room. So let me just see. I'm going to scroll up, and I can't remember where I've even put this video. Oh, there it is. Okay, so let's have a look at this, and if the live chat room disappears, then I might have to get rid of it. Let's do a quick experiment. Okay, it came behind the live chat room. So let's take a look at Taj Farrant's solo that he played for us for Sundays under the spotlight. Just have a look at it, give you guys a little bit more of a chance to type I agree in the window there, because then we're going to be calling the live stream to a close. But check this solo out by Taj. I know that Taj is sometimes in the live chat room on these live streams, but here he is just melting everybody's face with his guitar playing. So type I agree if you want to be on that live stream pick roulette wheel next week. But let's have a little listen to this. And there we have it. That was Taj Farrant playing his Under the Spotlight solo for us, which aired on Sunday. And if you want to see a breakdown of that solo and just getting into what Taj is doing, then check out that video that we did release on Sunday, and that'll be the latest video on the channel, so check that out if you do get a chance. We've also had James Bell analyse the previous Guitarist of the Year, and that was voted for by Guitarist magazine, and also Buck Dharma from Blue Oyster Cult. I have made a playlist of Under the Spotlight videos, so you might be able to find that on the channel here somewhere, so that you can pick and choose those if you want. And I'll keep adding each one to that playlist so that you can work your way through the guitarists that will be featured in the future. But hopefully you've now had the chance to type I agree in that live chat room. And just a final shout out to Taj and his dad Brandon as well, because Taj is such a cool kid. He's got his head firmly on his shoulders, and I have spoken to them previously, just not in a video or anything, but we did a Skype type call before. So yeah, I mean, yeah, Taj is just a really cool kid, and his dad's just a cool guy as well. So a huge thank you to Taj and Brandon as well for getting involved in Under the Spotlight, but also for staying in touch and being friends of the channel as well, because it's great just to follow Taj, and the fact that he's working on singing as well, and the fact that his voice, I know if you guys have been following him, you'll know as well how well his voice is developing, and he's just coming on leaps and bounds with that vocal ability. So really cool to see that all going. So make sure that you check out Taj if you haven't so far, but then just follow his journey, because it is going to be an amazing one, because he's already amazing. But we are going to be calling it to a close now. Thank you guys for joining me for tonight's live stream, and if this has been your first time, hello and welcome, and thank you for joining me on this live stream for the first time. You can keep on hitting that thumbs up if you are part of that catch-up crew as well. Then it all helps to get these videos out there for the channel to grow as well, and above all to reach more people, and for people subscribing. Thank you guys for clicking on that red button and hitting the thumbs up and getting notified. That's a really important thing to do if you want to make sure that you don't miss any videos, and just the live streams as well. I think there are notifications that get sent out for the live streams, so make sure that you do click on that bell when you subscribe to get notified for all of the videos, so that you don't miss an Under the Spotlight episode as well. But anyway, thank you guys so much for joining me. Final look into that live chat room. We have Jennifer, Neil, Billy, the birthday girl in there, Bev, Deborah, Jennifer, Patrick, Lauren, Deborah's in there, Maria, Shawnee Key, Nalita as well, Christina, Michelle, Corey. Thank you guys, and Susan and Dennis, I can see you just about to pop in there as well. So thank you everyone for joining me tonight. I hope that you've had a good live stream. I've certainly enjoyed it as always, and we got through a couple of cover videos, which is a bonus. Congratulations as well, by the way, to Grey Cat 309, and commiserations to those of you that didn't make it, but there's going to be another one next week and another Pig Roulette on Saturday. Sunday we do a normal video, but Saturday, it is Sunday here technically when I do the Saturday Pig Roulette, but the Saturday live stream, because I go live at 12 AM, which is technically Sunday morning here. But you know what I mean. We call it a Saturday night live stream because it's Saturday night pretty much everywhere else. So make sure you tune in to the Saturday night live stream for the Pick Roulette then as well. And everybody who typed I agree, your name will be on the wheel next week, and you can be picking yourselves up a Wings of Pegasus signed pick. So thank you for joining me tonight, guys. Huge shout out to the moderators as well for doing such a great job. Everybody stay as safe as possible, whatever the situation is where you live. If the government's telling you to wear masks, self-distance, all of that stuff, then just do your best to just keep everybody safe, including yourselves. But thank you for joining me tonight, and I will catch you guys at the next one. Rock!